Listen, don't even get me going.
Good evening. Welcome to your Ass Hurts News Network. Coming to you live at the tip top of Cop Tower Square with your host, Sergeant Friday. Sarge, how you doing?
Well, it's been a struggle. Everything was fine until about 8:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Well, your fucking co-host lives in the fucking sticks, and kiss my ass. How about that?
Wait, I got volumes going on over here. What the fuck is going on? All right. Listen, it could be very stressful. I try to run a tight ship, and you're running around poking holes in the hull. I have no idea what to do about that.
Well, I guess I'm learning how to be a fucking troll. What can I say?
Oh, well, I don't know if it's... Let me see here. Use banners to summarize your talking to the spy. I don't need that message. The technical department is not, I'm telling you.
Is this a fucking StreamYard tutorial?
I should have stayed outside feeding my friendly chipmunks. Unbelievable. Holy fuck. So it's it's interesting. Anyway, so I put up Karen Reed in Idaho 4 because have you seen any of the Karen Reed stuff?
I have not.
Dude, everything that was being said that sounded outrageous conspiracy theory the cops are admitting to. It's fucking incredible. It reminds me of the Idaho 4.
Yeah, it's making me a little nervous at the state of affairs, right? Like it would seem that two of the biggest cases that have been in a while are both fucked at birth. So,
and the police are look at, they've got an image of her vehicle that's in an inspection station.
Yeah,
and they inverted the image of the vehicle, and I suspect they inverted it. In other words, you're looking at what is the left side of the vehicle, but it really is the right side. The whole image was inverted. And so the side you're really looking at is the driver's side. I'm sorry. Anyway, you're looking at the driver's side of the vehicle, but it's made to look like it's the passenger side of the vehicle. If that makes any sense, they inverted the image.
Why the fuck did they do that?
Dude, I don't know. Now, in the back corner, on what appears to be the driver's side, but is actually the passenger side, there's people over around that taillight. I suspect they inverted the image because the taillight wasn't broken at that point. Right? Otherwise, why would you invert the image and hide what those people were doing in the back corner of the car?
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, I just got your screenshots of the code.
Listen, you got to stop buying that Tennessee Walmart fucking phone stuff, bro. You got to get with a national network there. Yeah, see, I told you. Wait. How many messages of code did you get from me?
Hold on. I believe two.
Oh.
Yeah, they both came in at the exact same fucking time.
I suspect Sarge is on the facts and he doesn't tell no lie, huh?
I didn't think you were lying. I'm just suggesting your ass needs to get the fuck with it earlier, and if you're going to send a picture.
Oh, I'll send you a fucking text from next week. You fucking...
Shut up.
Oh, yeah. Well. So
they fucking put an inverted picture because of a tail. I don't know. That fucking lead investigator was responsible for that shit, wasn't he? It was his team.
They found glass on the rear bumper that had been claimed or suggested by the prosecution. It was from the glass that he had in his hand.
Yeah.
And the glass on the bumper had nothing to do with any glass on any of the vehicle or any glass that guy had in his possession. Then you got to see what they claimed. Dude, I don't even know when I smoke crack if I came up with shit like this. Honest to God. And I came up with some shit to get money out of people. Really, literally. I mean, yeah. Woo! And these people are saying Okay, are you sitting up?
Yeah.
You're sitting up, right? Clue, you
Yeah.
sitting up? All right, put your right arm out in front of you, straight out in front of you, palm down.
All right. Yep.
Now bend your arm 90 degrees. Right?
Okay.
Now your hand is up in the air and your arm from your shoulder to your elbow is straight out.
Well, no, because I've been at 90 degrees toward my chest.
You bent it in.
You didn't
You
say bend it
fucking
90 degrees up.
all right. So now do you see what I'm saying? Bend it up 90 degrees.
Yep.
So now it looks like if you face your palm out, it looks like you're gonna wave, right?
Right.
Okay. That's the position. That's what the truck hit. Truck did not hit his shoulder, did not hit his body, did not hit his ribs, it hit his arm. Spun him around and he landed 30 feet away from the impact, and it was a side swipe. How in the fuck do you smash into someone's arm, side swipe somebody, hit their arm, spin them, and throw them 30 feet and kill them? No broken ribs. The arm isn't broken. There's no bruises on the arm. None. There's cuts and scratches on the arm, but nothing else. Now, all the clothes he was wearing, the DNA that they pulled from the clothes, the blood they pulled from the clothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Only one sample of blood was a single source DNA of his own. The other samples were mixed with other people's DNA. In one case, 2 samples of DNA were pulled. Another case, 3. Another case, 4. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Where did all of this intermingling blood get involved in his arm getting hit by a fucking SUV?
I don't know. Maybe they called in the Idaho State Lab to help with the situation. Like, this is fucking crazy,
dude. But here's the or the Idaho Forest, very similar stuff. They got all these stories, but no way to confirm them. When you go to confirm them, the stories don't make sense.
Yeah.
So this guy said that after he was impacted, he was projected 30 feet. There were no markings between where he was hit and where he landed. So he didn't roll, he didn't slide, he didn't walk, he didn't stumble, he didn't crawl, but he was projected. He was hit in the arm and then spun around. The spinning around accounts for other injuries, apparently. Spun around, and he was found 30 feet from the impact. And the guy keeps saying he was projected. I'm not saying he flew there. But then the lawyer's like, well, he got hit, and he got hit hard enough to fly 30 feet. And the guy's like, I said projected. Well, I don't know, but isn't bullets projected from a barrel of a gun? Are they not in flight while they're traveling towards their victim?
So this is actually what they're claiming in a court of law.
State is claiming, bro.
In a court of fucking law that she okay.
It's
So what they're doing is now building a case for manslaughter after they've changed the charge to murder.
Dude, they're building a case for nothing.
But I'm saying if they could prove it, right? Because that's not murder, right? That's manslaughter. Because it would be unintentional. But Jesus, I don't even know. That's the crazy. It sounds like they probably modified their explanation in order to make sure that she didn't get convicted on a charge that's unconvictable based on what they've got, so that they can just throw shit the fuck out and go on with their lives and not be investigated to death.
Dude, what the police have done there, the state troopers and the police have done down there, is the most incredible fucking thing you'd ever seen. The only thing that they state, and I'm not even sure how they came to that conclusion, was that truck was going backwards at 24.5 miles an hour. I don't know how they came to that fucking conclusion. And is that speed smashing into somebody's arm? This is what's incredible. Is smashing into someone's arm at that speed in a 7,300-pound vehicle, which I find hard to believe it weighs that much, but okay. Is that not fucking going to be devastating to that arm?
Yeah, so his arm wasn't broken.
No bruises either.
No,
just cuts.
No, that there's no fucking way. Like there's just no way that there. I can't imagine that's physically even fucking possible.
dude. And they keep going and digging their own grave. They're showing pictures that don't exist, pictures that are inverted. The amount of stuff that they pulled that they claim came from the tail light. They only have parts of what they claim they had. None of the glass that they have, like for instance, the glass was right next to the guy, so he was hit, and him and the glass and his cell phone ended up under him. So apparently, he must have been holding on to the cell phone and holding on to the fucking glass, and all three of them landed, all with each other. They were all accompanied him where he was found. The cell phone was under him, and the glass was next to him. And you were hit by a 7,300-pound vehicle, and you mean to tell me that everything just kind of coalesced? Things didn't. It don't make no sense anyway.
No, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
It's exasperating. And the way they're claiming they hit this guy with his arm in that position, and that's how. I don't know how you can impart that kind of energy to a 175-pound body. I mean, just what would you have to do to get that arm and put enough energy into that arm to fling the whole man?
Well, and I'm just sitting and trying to think like how that could even be possible. That much force that quick, like what you would have to be to not break a damn bone or incur some type of bruising, right? Because I mean there's not much you could hit that fast with something and that much force and not just fucking obliterate it. You know what I mean? Like you could hit a fucking deep freeze on the corner of it at that kind of speed and fucking just destroy it. Like that's crazy.
It's like the Koberger thing. They got his car going the wrong way at the wrong time and on the wrong road, and yet he was at the house killing people. What does LA want? Go ahead, LA. Speak. Apparently, it's hard to read all the texts and be outraged and be discombobulated all at the same time.
Breathe, motherfucker, breathe.
Yeah, well, I don't know where they're getting their facts from, but everything the cops are claiming can't be sustainable. It can't be supported by fact. There's no evidence. There's no any video evidence. Is like the Koberger evidence. It's like a fucking ghost image. It's all foggy, choppy, fucked up, or inverted. I don't even know. That had to be done intentionally. A camera doesn't record shit and then invert it without
Right.
being told to invert it, right? Why didn't the timestamp get inverted?
Unless it was recorded. I mean, what was the camera? A security camera footage?
Yeah, it was a surveillance camera.
Oh yeah, that's fucking weird.
And so the surveillance, you could see the guy get out of the driver's seat, but when he gets out of the driver's seat, he's doing it from the passenger side of the vehicle.
Yeah.
You can see the bay 4, the number 4 on the door is reversed. You can see the word police on the back of an old police car. And the word is reversed. The P is at the end of the word. So when you look at the back of the thing, it starts with an E. But if you flip the word over correctly, it spells police. So
yeah, I don't know. That's crazy.
I'm just stunned, to be very honest with you, how poorly and here's the point. I guess part of the point I want to make is we'd rather go down rabbit fucking holes or what a neighbor may or may not have said and whether they should be fucking investigated for it than paying attention to the ineffective, ignorant, fucking ridiculous work our fucking representatives we call law enforcement are doing on our behalf. We don't want to have anything to do with paying attention to, that's fucked up. Look how stupid he is. And we'll walk off and yet do nothing about it. Not a fucking peep out of anybody. While these cops, listen, man, I don't know what kind of imagination them fucks had as kids, but holy Christ. It had to be off the fucking hook. They had to be in special fucking restrained jackets to be writing the reports they're writing as adults.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, is it a situation with, where it's specifically the police and law enforcement that are just fucked, or is it just that our overall lack of give a fuck in society has created this problem, right?
Yeah. I think people are afraid because they're going to have to do something. I think that's the problem. Is people are just fucking lazy, so they pretend ignorance.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Right? I mean, we fucking hired you guys, do your job, and they don't do their job, and you don't hold them to account, and you keep demanding they do their job.
Let me take a screenshot instead of hitting save. I mean, fucking hell.
And the Gilgo case doesn't get talked about. There's 10 years of corruption, and women were killed during those 10 years. You got the Koberger case fucked up from the floor up. You got the Karen Reed case fucked up from the floor up. You probably got many other cases around the country that are just completely fucked up. And the cops are giving stories that just can't be verified. And that's the issue we should be discussing. Instead, let's go talk about some fucking bullshit, some rabbit hole. The Aryan Nation was involved, according to Harsh. And then you get fucking Drip Drop coming out with his fucking, the guy needs penicillin, that stupid fuck. He's got a drip. And you got all of these creators coming out and talking about all this fucking sideshow Bob bullshit. And we should be able to talk about anything. Yeah. But why not talk about what matters, you stupid cocksuckers? All the corruption going on, all the ignorance and fucking stupidity that's being heaped at American citizens, your fellow citizens that are being, and look, they may be criminals, but your Keystone fucking cops are too stupid to get them convicted at this point. You need a criminal jury to convict these people. Ugh. Let's not discuss that. That's too political.
No, I mean, it's that requires thought, which in essence is work. And, why would we do that when we can join the other fucking 1,500 fucking people watching some fucking jaundice looking motherfucker review and tell us what he hears in fucking static?
Unfucking I'm just stunned at the laxity and the sheer capacity to be just ignorant, intentionally, willfully ignorant by the American people. Here's something too a lot of people don't realize. And I kept this to myself for the longest time, but I'm going to say it. This is not a Judeo-Christian nation, nor is it a Christian nation at all. You dumb motherfuckers, if you don't understand, your government's a secular government. This was designed to be a secular society, you stupid motherfuckers. Not religious. It's not founded in religion. It's not founded in fucking faith. It's founded in secularism. That's why they say all religions are allowed, basically, and that no religion shall have any attention above another. Were the people that created the secular society religious? Yeah, they were. And you know why they created a secular fucking society? To get away from the fucking religious control of society. That's why they did it. That's the whole reason you're here. I don't understand what people think this fucking country is. It isn't a better idea in religion or a better place for religion. It's a secular fucking nation. That's why it's always disturbed me when people attack others because they're different. Because they don't meet your fucking religious, whatever teachings they are. Well, go fuck yourself. They're not supposed to. You are. Those are your fucking teachings, bro. That's how you're supposed to behave. If people want to fucking transplant penises to their fucking forehead, you're supposed to just accept it. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to do it. Just shut the fuck up. Okay? Just like they shouldn't have any comment about your way of living. Your way of living is supposed to, because it's good, entice others to want to be like you. Not beat them over the fucking head. Not fucking hide them in closets. Not fucking bury them because of their color. That's the whole fucking reason this country was created, folks. The founders knew that was the basis of the country, secular. And then that it wasn't secular when they created it, but that's where they wanted it to go. That's the destination that this experiment was put out for. That the people of the country. That's why they call it the fucking melting pot. And yet, man, I don't even know how the fuck we all got so goddamn stupid. Cletus?
I blame the internet.
Nah, it was like that long before.
I blame the internet for the rapid increase in stupidity.
Oh,
And
I
our
think the web, yeah,
that a bit that tool combined with our inherent fucking laziness that we didn't have the ability to be as much or exercise as much before. Then came the internet, and then we all got the opportunity to see just how fucking useless we could be. So instead of having conversations about how to fix the problems with law enforcement that have shown through in cases like Karen Reed and Idaho 4, we'd rather sit and, hear Chris and Katie in static and agree with fucking people telling us what they're saying.
it's downright fucking, it's unimaginable.
It's embarrassing, is what
Yeah.
it is. That's the word for it. I mean, let's be real. Once you realize just how fucked up it is, it's embarrassing.
All right. See, here's the funny thing, Barbie. Look at you're the sheep too. So am I. This is what I find absolutely incredible. That each side sees the other side as the problem, and you're both equally, exactly proportionately fucked up.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay?
I look back at 2020, and I don't blame
Unbelievable.
I don't blame Tucker Carlson. I don't blame Fox. I don't blame CNN. I don't blame Trump. I don't blame Biden for me choosing the path that I chose at that time, and for the thousands of dollars of shit I bought, preparing for the worst case scenario that I just knew was fucking coming. I blame myself for fucking falling for it.
Yeah. Yep. And promoting it and engaging
Right.
with it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the real issues of society get left behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that we do to ourselves. We engage in these different debates with people, and the real fucking listen. I I promise you, the pathway to the stars is electricity. There's no other way. Because there's no way that we possess now, because we've mastered fire. There's no way we're going to move through the galaxy or through this fucking solar system with fire. It ain't happening. The distances are just too fucking great. We need to master electricity for the sake of electricity. Not just burning coal to make it, but to understand it, to master the electricity itself as well as we've mastered fire. Then mankind can benefit globally. Poor parts of the world can get power that they weren't entitled or able to create. There's just so much that can open up for humanity. And what are we stuck talking about? Global warming, burning coal, all the negative things, which, by the way, if we didn't do all of those negative things in our path to master fire, none of us would be sitting here talking to one another. Never talking about the benefits that these particular things. Now, do they have side effects? Yeah. Being born has a side effect. You're going to fucking die one day. It's just the way shit works, right?
Yeah.
And we get buried in our fucking little corners. This guy's making fun of each other, attacking each other, creating conspiracy theories about each other. Hillary Clinton's got 72 dead bodies. Well, show me evidence that she actually participated in killing them people. Because until you can, I don't want to talk about it. I don't really give a fuck what you believe. I don't give a fuck what you saw. I want to see solid evidence that woman participated in the death of people that were around her. I'm not saying those people didn't die. I'm not saying it ain't suspicious. I'm just saying, show me proof she did it or had something to do with it. And if you can't, shut the fuck up. Next topic. And somehow we just can't get into. Somehow people can't just deal with information that way. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a fucking retard, and I'm surrounded by geniuses.
Well, I mean, there is that possibility.
Right?
But
It could be me. 5.62 billion geniuses against fucking retarded Sarge. It could be.
I would say,
I'm hoping that's it. I'm hoping.
I'd say it's easy enough to test, right?
Okay.
Would you say productivity in effort or as a product of effort is a good thing?
Say that again.
Would you agree that productivity as a product of effort applied is a good thing?
Productivity is an effort
A product of an effort applied.
yeah.
Okay.
You put in some effort, you get something to return, right?
Right.
Right. You pedal your bicycle, the energy you use to get to the bicycle, get to the store, you buy some water, you enjoy yourself, smile, get on your bike right home. Yeah.
So is the effort you apply to the shit you do online or the shit that you read, is it productive?
Well, I guess no. I guess no, it's not productive
Then at the end of the day, I guess
because
we're all just fucking stupid,
because
including you.
yeah, no, I never if you notice, I never ever exclude myself from being one of those
No,
fucking 5.62 billion idiots. I I
I
admit
don't
that
think
openly.
it's. I don't think it's the difference between genius and not genius, right? I think it's the difference between awareness and blindness, is what I think it boils down to. I think everybody's got the capability to do the same fucking thing. They just got to pull the fucking blinders off.
And the important issues are always right there in front of us, yet somehow we make it turn a corner and start arguing. And we start posting memes and we start poking fun. And yet the real issue isn't that, like, I don't need Tucker Carlson to tell me all the woes of the world. I don't need any of these media people, whether they be Joe Rogan or someone else online from another stream, telling me the woes of the world. What I need is for one of them people to pick up the fucking sword and say, this is what we're going to do. Let's all try doing this and come up with some nonviolent solution that we can all rally around. And I'm just saying, until somebody appears to do that, and apparently it's not going to be me, because I'm a ragtag bunch of fucking mess that just won't stop calling you a bunch of fucking morons because I can't see you any other way. Someone needs to come forward and not be a leader, but set the example and get the fucking herd to start doing something for the herd. And I don't know if I think it's possible. I just don't think that there's any fucking brain power out there to do it. And that includes me. That includes me too, in all fairness, right?
I think a really good first step for a lot of big platforms, big personalities, quote unquote leaders, would be for them to tell their entire following to walk away from the internet other than for their essentials. Walk away from the internet for 7 days and then come back and state 3 things they learned.
That'd be a fun test.
I'm just saying, right? Like it is a real fucking thing. I don't think people realize just how much time how much of their lives now they piss away on the fucking internet, entertaining themselves or using it as an emotional fucking outlet. It's become the thing that you always heard, television will rot your brain. Yeah, they didn't see the fucking internet coming, did they?
No. I would love for the internet to be used for good.
Well, but that's what I say. I think walking away from it for a week and coming back, you have a reset to try again, right?
Yeah, not even a reset. I think that would, to me, I would say do that, but with a specific message attached to it. You just walk away and come back. Okay, let's go see if our lives get any better if you relax, your blood pressure comes down. Okay, that's fair. But if you got the power to get people to do that, that would be a good test. Then I think you should then ask these people to start participating in the things that would help their communities, help their nation, help the world, and start targeting certain businesses that are negative towards us, that do things that are just not consistent with American values. I'm so fucking tired of looking for stuff on the internet or buying something that I bought 100 times, like fucking Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats, to add to your fucking your fruit flavored soda. And I keep getting advertisements for more than fucking boxes of cereal. Or other retailers jumping wanting to sell me. I don't want to live like that. It's none of anybody's fucking business. Now you people know I like Frosted Mini Wheats, but I told you that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There should be no other way for you to understand that I like that cereal unless it comes directly from me. And that goes with everything I fucking buy. Right? So who could disagree with that?
Nobody.
So maybe you could open up another industry where you have agents on your behalf. And those agents work for numbers of people that they got an idea of these people's purchasing history and things they like. And this agent would send something to them some once in a while. Or not even that at all. Nobody needs to know nothing about what you like, which would be ideal. And when you look and it's over. It's gone. It's deleted. The fucking trace of what you did is gone. Nobody's fucking business what you were looking for. Right?
Yep. And now you can't even talk about something that you're interested in without it appearing as a fucking ad on your computer over the next 3 days. So again, you know, you said a message attached to it. And I think you gave the message that I would attach to it, right? Walk away from the fucking internet. Use the time that you spend entertaining yourself on the internet to go out into your fucking community and come back with 3 things that can be improved that you can actually have a fucking impact on.
Right. Let's throw them all into a mixing pot and all of us start paying attention to one of them that would affect all of us more broadly. Right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
work your way. Yeah. And that's the thing. The ability to create communities out here is overwhelmingly proven. You have car communities, golf communities, fucking baking communities, food communities. All, and this is what shocks me. There's so much community building out here that if people are like, well, we can't really do anything. And I literally want to just fucking put my head in fucking wet cement and leave it there. The fuck, you're doing it all the time, every fucking day, every minute of the day. The internet's building communities.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Nobody will build a community in the real world because it's too easy to go into a Facebook group.
Right. But how about a Facebook group that demands Facebook stop stealing your fucking data and selling it? This is what I don't get with people. How could that not be a fucking sensible group to join and be part of? Is it exciting? It would be when companies start panicking because there's fucking millions of us saying, fuck you, we ain't gonna go back to your website. We could make it fun. Right?
Yeah.
We ain't buying this aisle in fucking Walmart's all from China. We don't want to buy any of that fucking stuff unless it starts to get made here too. Or it gets made somewhere other than China. China's going to surpass us if they haven't. If they haven't, they're almost ready to. And here we are arguing about stupid shit, and we got fucking 2 dumb, deaf, dumb fuck mother bastards running for the fucking office of presidency in this country. And one may be better than the other, but that's like deciding if you're going to eat horse shit or fucking cow shit. What's the difference?
You know what's funny about China surpassing us? That's not a shocking thing. It's not a surprise. There have been studies. There are actual graphs from fucking 10, 15 years ago that show, it's not a prediction. It was shown as fact that by 2025 their economy would far supersede ours. And
it hasn't yet. It hasn't yet, just so you know.
Well,
they're still behind us, but I think that's because Trump gave them a little kick in the balls. So their economy has yet to reach our size. And a lot of things other people don't know too, and this is kind of funny, is China has as much national debt as we do. I don't know if you knew that. Did you know that?
I didn't.
And the other thing people don't know is our debt isn't money borrowed from foreign countries at all. None of it is borrowed from foreign countries. None of it, not a fucking single penny of it. All the foreign countries that we owe money to bought bonds. They bought stock basically in the United States. They bought treasury bonds. So we owe China. China spent almost $1 trillion to buy bonds. And then we use that money, whatever we want to do with it. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. And then when the bonds mature, their investment is repaid with interest. Yeah. And it's a continual cycling through, right? Mm-hmm. And so there is no, these things these politicians are telling you are blatant lies. And all of us have the capacity to see and know that if you just fucking, and yet how many people say, oh, we're giving money to Ukraine and we have to borrow from China? No, that's not what's happening. It's worse than that. Okay. It's even worse than that. We're inventing the money out of fucking thin air is what we're doing. So
but arrest and charge and convict people for counterfeiting.
Yeah. Right.
You can't print it, only we can print it and give it to you.
Dude, there was listen, I'll tell you, listen, folks. I had a mistake in a social security number in one of my investment accounts. And the government came in and fucking taxed the transaction. So we'll say the transaction was $100 because I'm not going to try to be braggadocious. So I took $100 and I bought $100 of stock. And then when all those banks started collapsing a while ago, back in 23, you've heard of the banks that were going down, right?
Yeah.
I sold that stock that I paid $100 for, and I got $105 back. So I made $5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, The government came in and taxed the entire $105 at the full tax rate.
Yeah.
And they said the Social Security affiliated with this account does not match, or there is no Social. Anyway, so the Social Security number was wrong. So they took my money. And so what I did is on my, I went and I straightened that out, fixed it. And then when I filed taxes for 23, that dollar amount that they took, we'll call it $30. I put the $30 on my return as taxes prepaid because they didn't take it as a tax owed. They took it almost like a penalty for a mistake. Not even a penalty. They just taxed it because they felt like the person making the trade was a fake person, maybe an illegal immigrant or someone doing something criminal, whatever the fuck they thought. But that money that they took, I applied to a tax payment that I owed in my filing. And I'm now still struggling. I've spent 11 plus hours on hold, being disconnected, having to call in 17 fucking times and start from the scratch every fucking time, and being then shifted off to different departments. And to this very fucking day, I still have yet to solve this problem where you took my fucking money for a clerical error. You didn't take my money because I owed you money on $105. I owed you money on $5 fucking dollars. And the amount of time and aggravation that's been interjected into my life through a fault of my own. In all fairness, it was my fault. But these people have exasperated it to the point where you just want to lose your fucking mind and snap. Because it's just unfucking sensible. How in the motherfuck can you not answer your phone? How in the motherfuck can you not transfer me and somebody be able to transfer me to who can help me? How in the fuck can you tell me to avoid the 68-minute approximate wait time to enter your number and we'll call you back and you don't call me back? How many fucking times am I supposed to do this? To get back money you took from me that you had no business taking to begin with. You should have sent me a letter and said, hey, asshole, that account's Social Security number don't match the name. And I could have corrected it.
Well, maybe we should outsource our IRS call center to India, and then they would answer quicker. I'm just saying.
So it's as if the incompetency and the laziness and the ignorance has just overwhelmed us, and that's what our goal appears to be. We're all fucking fighting to see who could be the world's dumbest. I'm just stunned. And look, the numbers are different than what I'm sharing, but you know, ladies, I just, you know, I hate to say it, but I just want to extract an equivalent amount of fucking torture out of someone down there that they've extracted from me. Right? How is that for saying something you're not supposed to say?
I'm surprised there hadn't been a knock at your door yet, Sarge. Damn.
Oh, please. Somebody show up that I can have a chat with. For real. Honest to God, bro. Coffee, beer, whatever you want.
You're like, take me to jail if you'll at least fucking talk to me and
solve it. That's right, dude. Arrest me. Bring in the SWAT team, the Black Hawk helicopter, send in the fucking Delta squad, whatever the fuck you want. I just want someone I can have a conversation with that can correct the error the government made. That's it.
You wonder why I set up fucking payment plans with them. Yeah.
Dude, I always pay my taxes in full when they're due on April 15th, whatever year it might be. No matter the dollar amount. I just fucking write a check and pay it. I'm not supporting that system. I don't agree with it. I think it's fucking slavery, but that's the system under which I live, and it's not my job to fucking only do what I want and what I like. So I play their game. I understand why criminals have always called us working stiffs. Because they make a new rule and all you dumb fucks just accommodate yourselves. And I'm one of you, just to get along. You don't want to make any trouble because you just want to go along, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know being a criminal could be so rewarding. I could have stayed being a criminal.
Yeah, I've never been a a criminal, but there have been times where it's been tempting as fuck. I won't lie, especially as easy as they make it look now. When you got when, when you have the caliber of fucking law enforcement that run major fucking cases in the country, I don't know. It's kind of a temptation that's hard to resist.
And I here's the thing is man. Listen, it's harder to do what these cops are doing than just do their job. That's the other fucking stunning thing about it all. Right? I mean, start eyeballing measurements to frame in a house and tell me what's the fuck's going on now. Oh yeah, that's an 8'6" beam. Give me a cut 8'6". The guy brings it around. We're short 4 inches. I go back and give me one 8'8" now. Unbelievable. If you just did your job based on the fucking directions, life would be a lot easier for everybody, and shit would actually be productively done.
Right.
Right.
That's
And
right.
the effort is shorter when you do the right thing. I think I'm going to change my name to the only guy in the world that's ever been educated without going to school.
Just call yourself Hard Knock.
Hard knocks, you motherfucker. Oh, so and now you look at Karen Reed, you look at the Idaho 4, like a lawyer saying probable cause affidavit doesn't have to have any fact in it. It's just got to reach probable cause. Well, I mean, just try to understand what that lawyer's saying. There need not be any fact in it. Well, then what the fuck are you talking about? There needs to be no fact. Well, you only have to reach the level of probable cause. Well, probable cause would be something that would lead a reasonable person to believe you did it. So there has to be something in there to give somebody that fucking conception in their brain, isn't there? And if it isn't based in fact, then what the fuck do you need it for at all?
Well, and as the person that puts their signature on the warrant based off of that affidavit, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be the be all end all to ensure that shit is is based in fact, but instead you read it and say, okay, yeah, sure, I'll put my fucking signature on it because I got to go play fucking golf, or my wife's waiting for me at dinner. You know,
or I'm just too stupid to ask questions, or I'm just too lazy, or I work with these people. I better do what they're asking me.
But no, there's no reason you would put your signature on that, but that applies to you doing your job. You know what I mean? There's not one good fucking reason that's applicable to you doing your job that would cause you to put your signature on something that's complete bullshit like that. But they do it. And then we spend forever talking about, well, she couldn't have done it. She had to have done it. She couldn't have done it. There was a fucking fight club. There were fucking reflections in car windows.
Jesus fucking Christ with these reflection people and these fucking sound fucking. I don't even want to get into. Don't even ask me the name of that person. I'm not even going to go there. Go fuck yourself, because I still can't remember it even today.
The Grand Orchestrator.
Yeah, the Grand Orchestrator.
No, I'm fucking with you. It was the Central Scrutinizer.
See, I can't even remember that fucking shit. Drives me so crazy.
I told you to write that shit down on a post-it note and stick it to your computer.
I can't do it, bro. I don't want to look at that all day. I have to kill myself. Oh my god! Then this person's anyway. Yeah, and that's the other thing. And I said this to you guys a long time ago. Streaming shouldn't be that difficult to make money in. If you play to what's popular, and what's popular is drama and bullshit, and as long as you direct traffic in the direction that it's going, you shouldn't have any problem making money out here. Look at T-Rev and all these other jerk-offs.
Oh my god! If you haven't seen his live today, you got to go watch the end of it. Why? Because this motherfucker, you would thought he was jumping a fucking hurdle, and he's literally stepping off a 6-inch fucking curb.
6 minutes and 30 seconds in.
Yeah, she got a message that said he's live looking for this, or looking for this new missing girl out of Hendersonville, and she turned that on right as he fucking was like, let me go down here. And I'm looking at the ground going, what do you mean down here? It's literally right over that fucking curb. And it looked like he had jumped It, it was the most ridiculous thing I've seen in a minute. It was funny as hell. Poor little guy.
There's 156 views coming from Twitter. That's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah. Look at there.
I can't see. That fucking Elon needs to get kicked in the fucking Musk.
Oh,
I heard someone say idiot. I heard that shit.
that was from the health desk.
Yeah, the help desk.
Yeah.
Unfucking believable. So you got Karen Reed. I don't know how you prosecute a woman that fucking ran into some guy's arm in a sideswipe. How you come up with multiple samples of DNA in the blood that you're testing off the clothing that he was wearing that apparently was on while he got the blood on him. How any of this shit makes any fucking sense.
Well, and see, this is the fundamental issue, right? Because when you just said that again for the second or third time tonight, my mind instantly starts going down this road of that there's no fucking way, and I start processing. Well, what could they be doing? Why would they be doing that? I start going down this fucking mental conspiracy road, and I stop myself. But I look at the situation and I go, why am I fucking doing that? And I look and I go, it's because they put out a wackadoodle fucking theory on fucking paper and now in a courtroom that makes no fucking sense.
Not only
And
that,
instead of harping on that, we harp on each other for you got to be wrong. She had to have done it. No, you got to be wrong. She couldn't have done it. Who fucking cares? What are they fucking presenting?
That's exactly the problem. Is not that's never the question when you're looking at a case that someone's criminally charged in. Whether they did it or not is not your first question. Your first question should be, let me see the information they're charging them with. I mean, that's always going to give you a more intelligent view as to whether they did it or not. You need a starting place, and just putting the guy on TV and saying you charged him with rape isn't enough for you to make that determination. You need to look at the accusations. You need to look at the evidence to support the accusations, and in these two cases, none of that applies. None of the accusations are supported by any of the evidence, unless you want to take this fucking leap of faith that smashing someone's arm in a broadside impact, not even a full-on body impact, and the man's found 30 feet from where you claim he was hit. No broken ribs, no broken arm that you claim was hit at 24 miles an hour with a fucking 7,000-pound truck. No bruise.
Just a broken fucking story.
But the taillight broke. You know how much tougher that fucking taillight is than the bones in your body?
All right.
Right? And yet there's no dent in the truck. There's no fucking bloody imprint of anything in the truck, as you would normally expect when you hit somebody. And then when the cop said today that she hit him in the arm, dude, I wanted to crawl through my computer and start beating that cop fucking half to within an inch of his life. What do you mean? She hit his arm.
Well, and I mean, I'm really curious now, though, to know what explanation they're going to use for changing the charge from manslaughter to murder. Because, I mean, there would have to be intent, regardless of what the requirements are from state to state. Fundamentally, intent is one of them, I would think.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're claiming the speed of the vehicle. I don't know. Listen, nothing they say makes sense. Now, I don't know how you go 24 miles an hour in reverse doing a 3-point turn, because a 3-point turn requires you to stop. Fair enough. You pull up, you go backwards, and then you got to pull up and stop. You got to go backwards and stop, and then you got to pull away. So how in the fuck did she do a 3-point turn, obtain the speed of 24 miles an hour, right? And using that momentum, hit this guy and never jump the fucking curb, never leave any trace of anything other than this guy's got scratch wounds on his arm?
I don't know. She may have been, the child of an extra from Dukes of Hazzard or something and spun that bitch around back going down the road. Went from forward to reverse, but heading in the same damn direction. I don't know. That's crazy. That's
The
just crazy.
whole fucking thing is insane. It takes crazy and it just shakes crazy up, and crazy's like, I don't know that person.
Well, I mean, it really presents as they couldn't figure it out, so they presented the best fucking theory they came up with. Well, the lead investigator did, but he'll blame it on his team.
Unbelievable. Right. That happens too. It happens in both this case and in the other case.
Yeah.
These guys are doing it too. Huh? The ATF agent. Okay. You are the most fucking stand-up fucking guy since humanity became fucking walking on 2 feet. I'll give you that. You are by far the fucking most honest, decent, reliable, trustworthy fucking person that Earth has ever been graced to fucking host. Okay? So why is it that when you got rid of your fucking cell phone, you went to an FBI office with your credentials, deleted your cell phone, kept select text messages that you say are connected to the night of that crime or the investigative messages, right? And then took your phone and your SIM card, physically destroyed both of them, and then went on to a military base and deposited the phone and the SIM card in different dumpster locations.
Well, don't question him. He's always been proven trustworthy. You should just take his word for it. There's nothing to see here.
And then when the investigators asked, when he gave you the text messages, did you find it was unusual? He didn't give you the phone. He didn't give you the SIM card. You didn't have the chance to go through any of this. And you accepted his text messages without question. Well, I did think, no, that's not what I'm asking you. Didn't you, you thought it was unusual? Yeah. Of course it's unusual. This person's an investigator in the case. And he suddenly gets rid of his phone and only gives you text messages. And later they found other data that guy didn't know they had, showing that there was other information on the phone that was destroyed. And yet here we are as Americans. Did Karen Reed did it? She could have. Yikes. Even if she, look, and there's another case. I hope she did fucking do it. She gets away with it because the jerk offs that we've trusted to do the job of justice, okay, they can't even pull off a fucking circle jerk. They end up in a fucking square, these jerk offs. Okay? I mean, for fuck's sakes, who are these fucking twits we've got running this fucking country?
He said they end up in a fucking square. Oh, fuck, Sarge.
I can't take it anymore. I'm getting too stressed out, or it's just like, come on, people. Come on.
I agree with Carl. I hate the way team word is used. The only people on my team is me, myself, and I. And I mean, I agree with the team concept. What I don't agree is for the lack of accountability, self accountability, and responsibility that the fucking lead just refuses to accept.
You should have seen the crime scene examiner. That was the guy that would tell you all of the fucking specifics about how he analyzes a crime scene and makes the determinations he made. He was told the body was 7 feet from the road. Well, it wasn't. So all his analysis came from the body being about 7 feet from the road. Well, that's not right. So when he was asked, did you guess? How did you measure the distance? Well, I used the center mass of the body. So a guess. He goes, no, it wasn't a guess. Well, yeah, it was. You were told it was 7 feet from the road, but because you never saw the body, you didn't know it was 30 feet. So that ends up being a guess, doesn't it? You measured from the wrong location, stupid. What the fuck?
Wow.
Cletus, you got to watch some of these little fucking things. There's that. I toughed out a couple hour one to watch this guy's testimony, and I just don't know, man.
I don't
that
think
guy shouldn't even be in law enforcement. He's a crime scene examiner. He's been trained in it. He doesn't know that physics are used in the understanding of how motions of objects move. And excuse me, it's fucking crazy.
And so let me ask you this: what has been presented thus far is just the prosecution's side, I'm assuming.
Right.
And it's this fucked up. I think there should be something, maybe incorporated to where the jury has the ability to just stop shit and go and fucking make a decision when it's just that fucked up. Because, I mean, just with what little bit I've heard, I couldn't imagine sitting in a jury box
and not wondering what in the fuck I'm sitting here for.
Well, dude, the one guy got trapped off this way. He's testifying about that SUV in the garage getting inspected, right? And he testifies for however long he testifies, and it's at the end of the testimony the defense lawyer says, after all of what we just went over, how come you've never told anybody that image is inverted? And the guy freezes and looks at him. He says, what? He said that image of the SUV and that inspection bay is inverted. What we're seeing is the driver's side of the vehicle in that image. That's not the passenger side. Why is that image inverted? And why didn't you tell us that? And the cop froze. And then he admits, well, yeah, it is inverted. Why? I don't know. Well, who did it? I don't know. You should have seen that. I was like, the judge should have banged their fucking hammer and called a conference. And meanwhile, sent a message to the bailiffs and all local jurisdictions to come down here and arrest every one of these motherfucking policemen tied to this case. How the fuck could you not know? How could you testify that the series of events on that video are what you're seeing when you fucking knew that it was an inverted image and that the people you see on the driver's side of the vehicle around the taillight are literally on the passenger side where the claimed broken taillight was, or you claim it was? How the fuck could you know that? And man, Cletus, I need a bigger hand to smack my forehead.
Or maybe you just need a smaller forehead to smack with your tiny hand.
That could be it too. Either one works. I just need an effective crack in the fucking forehead that knocks me 30 feet and surrounds me with fucking cell phones and glasses. Unbelievable. So she hit his arm, sideswiped his arm. That's why. Here's the other thing too, and the lawyer missed it. I wish I could have got up on his stream. He said that when we put the math, when we put the calculations in, the results we get out don't show enough speed for the results we have. And so rather than try to understand the results or conclusions they came to are wrong, they ignored the fucking physics. You follow me?
Not really. You kind of lost me on.
All right, so here you got a formula that tells you X, Y, and Z will make a wing lift a plane that weighs 800 fucking ton, right?
Right.
But you got a plane that's 1,000 ton,
Mm-hmm.
and what you're being told by the physics is that can't be correct. That's too heavy. And rather than accept the physics, you ignore the physics and just keep going with the 1,000 ton. Can't have it like it. Don't work like that. The math says what the math says.
Right.
And it contradicted what their analysis had provided. And I don't know, man. I want to see someone get hit in the arm. I want to be able to punch you in the arm or hit you with a vehicle in just your arm. And I want to watch you fly. Matter of fact, if you let me do that, I will pay you $1 million if you fly 30 feet. You can even attempt to jump while I'm hitting your arm with my truck. If you can make 30 feet, I will give you $1 million.
Sold.
Excuse me?
She said,
Sold.
Sold. Well, I'm going to let that one ride too. See, I'm being nice to you. You know why? Because you call me super smart.
All I'm saying is I would like.
I got her ass. I got her ass. I got her ass. I just fucking hung up on Clue Minotti. Not two words. It's not a first and last name. It's simply Clue Minotti. And you should watch her stream. She's quite interesting. Although sometimes she does get a little too dramatized. But other than that, she's okay. But I got her. Bam. What do y'all say to that shit? Ass hat. Man down. Man down. Someone call 911. Shots fired. Oh, well. Sometimes you're just good. And Sarge he's pretty fucking good almost all the time. So I appreciate all these. Look, there's 284 people hanging around in here. That's fucking incredible. And there's 100 of you watching from the tube of you, and there's 183 of you watching from Twitter. Penny apparently watching from Rumble. Look at that. Your Ad Search News Network. That was quite the coming out for us, folks. All the numbers, I appreciate it. I'm not so sure the data we gave you was informative at all. I'm not so sure it made any sense, but I'm pretty sure that my ranting made me feel a little bit better. Holy fuck. Well, you guys were all right. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, do whatever. Apparently, just do whatever the fuck you want. Apparently, there is no consequences anymore. So we'll all go do what the fuck we want, and who knows? Maybe something good will come of it.